I know I'm low on gas, so I'm gonna keep it down really, really low. Try and conserve it because I don't think that there's much in there. I knew last night when I used it, I could smell. When you get the smell, it smells kind of like rotten eggs. You know that it's almost out of gas, so it's not much in there. And I tell you what, well, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Speaking of propane, they have been changing the air conditioning gas over the years. Like it used to be R22. Man, if you got R22 gas, that's as good as gold because they don't manufacture it anymore. And literally, like a small keg of it's about $800. I still have actually 2 units, I think, that have R22. Then they got 410, which is now being phased out as well because they supposedly hurt the environment. They have a new one, I think it's R31 or R32. Now get this shit out. I remember one of the HVAC techs telling me about it. He's like, I'm getting out of the business now. I said, why? He said, because they're coming up with the new gas that's going into the units, this R31 or 32. It's propane. Propane. Now I've been seeing, on some Facebook posts, and I don't know if they're legit or not, but you've seen where air conditioning units have literally blown up. It's just something about the idea of a flammable gas being used under high pressure to cool your house. Seems like you might get somebody who's working on the unit. Maybe there's a little leak or something, and maybe you get a spark. You know what I mean? It's just something wrong with that. But I digress. I'm just saying. It's just I'm not sure about that one. I got to get a new unit here for the house, and I'm thinking I want to hurry up and get it before the only ones you can get is the new gas. It may end up being that's a mistake because they'll phase out the gas to refill it, and it'll be a fortune to be able to keep it for the next few years. But it's just something about explosive gas to cool the house. Be that as it may, we've got. I'm so sick of these things, man. I am so sick of hearing players linked to the Cowboys. I want to see the actual link. Bill Barnwell, he comes out with linebacker Kyzir White being linked to the Cowboys. One of the best free agents that are left out there on the defensive side at the moment. Although I will say Calais Campbell, I'm still on board with getting Calais Campbell. Be that as it may, Bill Barnwell links him to the Cowboys. You know how many players are always linked to the Cowboys? There are so many players that are always linked to the Cowboys. We got Stephon Diggs, who was linked to the Cowboys. At the moment, he's in New England doing a tour of the facilities. Remember when we had Bobby Wagner linked to the Cowboys? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He never got here. We had Von Miller linked to the Cowboys. Anyone? Cooper Kupp linked to the Cowboys this year. Cooper Kupp, right? Derrick Henry linked to the Cowboys. DeAndre Hopkins linked to the Cowboys. You can go on and on and on till the break of dawn. Yeah, and I'm not going to say that he's not, a really good linebacker that would definitely help us. But didn't the Cowboys just trade for 2 linebackers? I mean, forgive me. I believe depth you got to have. You got to have depth. But Kyzir White would seem to be a luxury, where some people think he has been an every down player, but people are viewing him now more of as a specialty linebacker. That he's not going to be an every down one. which is one of the reasons why some people think he hasn't signed a contract yet. But why we always got to be linked to people? I want to see where the link is, because we're talking about the Cowboys. I can say, if you said link to the Eagles, I'd buy it, because they're always out there bringing in pieces. They make trades, they sign free agents, they do all kinds of moves. But the Cowboys? Linking him to the Cowboys? Seriously? Now, I will say we have done more than usual here. What's funny to me was today, I don't know what it is about March 19th, but I had a couple of Facebook posts that were looking back. One was from last year, and dude hit the nail on the head, because he was like, why did Jerry Jones meet with Micah Parsons, discuss what they need to do, and then didn't do shit? Didn't do shit. Eric Kendrick was the only move that he did. And he was literally lambasting me. He's like, you can't let all of your players go. That you let go Hankins, a starting defensive lineman, and think you can draft everybody to take care of it. He said, and he said, you're not going to be able to run the football, you're not going to be able to stop the run. And damn if he wasn't 100% right. Look back at a video that was out 2 years to the day tonight, and Thomas Garrettson there was talking about, we need to sign Bobby Wagner. We need linebackers. Boom. And every time we've gone through, we've repeated the same thing over and over and over again. I swear, Joe the fan out here sometimes have been better at being the GM than the actual Dallas Cowboys. And it seems like when you think that the Cowboys have turned the corner and changed things up, now you've got the Micah Parsons is a bum, basically. Micah Parsons, the Cowboys are upset because Micah Parsons, now, it used to be the podcast, it was the podcast, now it's the off-season workouts. Now, I think last year, now Micah Parsons said, I'm not going to voluntary workouts. He did say that. He did say that, and he proceeded to go on an NFL tour worldwide to be an ambassador for the NFL. He did. Okay? He's a popular player. We want you to go around the world. We want to get people excited about the game. You're wrestling with sumo wrestlers and things like that. Because Micah Parsons did say he wants to do his own thing by diddly 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 D. He wants to do his own thing, but diddly 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 D. And I know you're going to say, I look like Heavy D. The overweight lover's in the house. Okay. He did say that. And you'll remember last year, he kind of had a little friction with Mike Zimmer, because he was kind of like, I ain't had 19 words with Mike Zimmer and stuff. And Zimmer has to understand I like to do things kind of my way, and he's going to need to bend to it. And you can say, man, that's shit right there. But I think I brought up the BI, Micah Parsons, and the AI. Before injury, Micah Parsons, that was more arrogant, versus the AI, which was after injury. The Micah Parsons that came back from being injured changed up his podcast where he wasn't getting, big play slays and yucking it up. That the Cowboys are getting their lunch handed to him and stuff. He wasn't doing the podcast where he's trashing the quarterback. In fact, he came back and was talking about his quarterback being top 5 in, comebacks or something. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what. But he changed his tune and changed the format of his show. And he came back like a man on fire. In the last, I think he played, 10 games then? Last 10 games, he had like 11 and a half sacks. Bro, I don't care what you do on your off day if you're going to get me a sack a game. Bro, and the amount of pressures that he got. Bro, we good. I'm not complaining about that. But he did say about doing that. However, he did go through, and it seemed like he evolved because he said, let's get this contract done. I don't want to have any distractions. I want to be here for OTAs, to learn the system, to work with the team. And if he's going to be a leader on the team, he needs to lead by example and being there. He just does. But he said he was going to do that. So now, after 4 years of him not doing that, now that it's time for a contract, something he said he wasn't going to do, now's the thing we're going to focus on? Bro, seriously? Come on, man. Come on, man. And it's funny because, it's pile on Cowboys because you had Chavez Ward, who didn't quite make it with the Cowboys. They traded him. And he's had a great career. Great career. It seems like when people get rejected by the Cowboys, they get rejected by everybody else. Everybody else can go ahead and cut them, and it's no big deal. Cowboys let you go. It's the worst thing in the world. It's kind of like Randy Moss. Randy Moss was passed up by a lot of teams. By a lot of teams. But some reason, it was only the Cowboys that got his whatever. His anger. That he went off. Oh, I'm mad at the Cowboys because they didn't draft him. Well, because you wanted to beat the Cowboys, I guess. I guess you didn't give a rat's ass about those other teams. What that says to me is, it's like when you break up with the girl or a guy. When you break up, you're hurt. And you want to hurt them. You want them to feel bad about what happened, about not having you. And so, you throw shade at them. You know it, girl, he didn't know where it was anyway, girl. I could have given him a roadmap and he still couldn't have. Girl, I GPS'd him where it was and he still couldn't find the spot. He wasn't about nothing. Fell off the salad truck, dumbass. And he's cheap too. You know that's how it goes. Because you care and you're mad that you're no longer together. But that's the way it is in life. That's the way it is in life. Can't help anything about it. And it's definitely dying right now. So, what it's telling me is, as always, tell the people you love how much you love them. Looks like lightning. Tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. Even you haters that are out there sending me emails and telling me how stupid I am, I love you all too. Peace out.